Hi, Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway and the Orr Group. A lot of my buyers ask me about gated communities. I'm going to take you on a community tour today of a community I know is going to be of interest. Let's jump in my car and go take a look. All right, we just came through the gate and I turned onto one of the first streets in the community called Country Lane. And very typical of all of the communities, there are 5 total subdivisions within the gate, but pretty consistent with all of the subdivisions are whereby the developer and the builder decided that all the homes on the view side, which for our travel right now on this street is on the left, they got the smaller lots because they have the view. The homes on the right-hand side on this street got the larger lots and have no view. The community is slightly terraced, so as you travel, I would say east possibly, the homes get a little bit higher in elevation. The homes on the other streets tend to look over these homes, with some of those having views and the others not having views. Consistent, the view side has smaller lots, the non-view side has larger lots. Now we're in our first community called Crestview. This community is unlike many other communities. A lot of communities that have more than one subdivision, they kind of stagger the developments. In other words, the first development will be at a certain price, smaller. The next one will be at another price range, larger, and then possibly the third and the fourth, the largest and the most expensive. This community has a lot of overlapping, there are 5, a lot of overlapping communities in terms of price range, square footage, bedroom count, etc. But there is one pinnacle, if you will, the Somerset homes. I'll take you there last. I'm actually going to take you to a community called Somerset Ridge, very last, and I'll explain that a little bit later on. But this is one of the communities called Somerset. Now, as we reach the end of this street, you're going to see that there is a gate that we can't drive through. It backs to another cul-de-sac. They connect, but you can't drive through the communities. And then on the other side of that cul-de-sac area where we can't drive through begins a different subdivision on the same street. So we're again in Somerset. I'm going to take you to that community called Glen Cove next, but I'll tell you a little bit more about this community as we turn around and we drive out. You're going to notice some architectural differences in these homes and the others in the master plan community of the 5 subdivisions called San Joaquin Hills. The entire community is San Joaquin Hills, guard gated, 2 gates in, 2 exits out. Both of them are 24/7 in terms of an armed or manned guard gate. So we're driving back down Country Lane. These homes in this community will range, there's about 245 homes in this community, and I'll drive you through a couple streets, but these homes range in size from about 2,400 to a little over 3,000 square feet. They're all 4 and 5 bedroom floor plans. All of them have 3-car garages. There are some exterior differences in terms of brick and stone and stucco. Nothing in this community has any siding or what looks like wood or New England architecture. Everything is very Mediterranean, maybe some Tuscan influence, but a nice street as all of them are in this community. Price range in this community is about 1.5 to 1.8 with square footages, again, 2,400 to a little bit over 3,000 square feet. Street drive is really nice, not a lot of traffic. They're all cul-de-sac streets, so that eliminates a lot of cars speeding and driving through the community just because they can. I'm gonna take you to the other side of that area where we couldn't drive through, and I'm going to show you that subdivision known as Glen Cove. So we're heading back towards that area we couldn't drive through. We're still on Country Lane, but we're in a different subdivision. We're in a subdivision called Glen Cove, and Glen Cove are a separate set of homes, not considered Crestview, even though we're on the same street. Little different architecture, a lot more stone-faced properties, a lot of use of stone, not so much red brick in this community, combination of stucco as well. So the Glen Cove homes that we're traveling down the street here, and you're going to see that cul-de-sac area up ahead. But Glen Cove, there's about 217 total homes in the community, about 2,400 to 3,000 square feet. Homes are both 4 and 5 bedroom floor plans, and all of these have 3-car garages. Now, every once in a while, you're going to see what looks like a 2-car garage, but they are tandem depth. In other words, they go back, one of the bays is double deep, so you can park 2 cars. A little inconvenient. I think most or many people would prefer a true 3-car garage door where you could drive all 3 cars through a garage door, not have to double stack them. But nonetheless, these are beautiful homes. Here's that area we can't drive through. We were just momentarily on the other side of that, but the architecture changes, the floor plans change. One is not considered any better than the other. There is one community in this master plan community of San Joaquin that probably sits at the top. Everything else pretty much overlaps quite a bit in terms of square footage and price. Just different floor plans, different architecture of the exteriors. A lot of pride of ownership. All these homes are really well manicured. Each street is just a really nice drive. Homes in this community will range in price from about 1.5 to 2.2 million. All right, let's head over to a community called the Knolls, and you're going to see another change of architecture. We'll take a drive over there now. Before we leave here, I want to show you straight ahead is one of the 2 pool areas. There are 2 pools and 1 park. I'll call it a park with play equipment, whatnot. But this is one of the 2 pool areas. One on the north side, which is where we are now, and one on the south side, which is where we originally entered. All the residents can use either pool. The pool areas are gated as well, so even though I'm within the community, I cannot enter that pool unless I had a pool key or a fob, or somebody brought me in as a guest, but I can't go in there. I didn't bring my bathing suit anyways. This main street that we're on now is called Laguna Niguel, and it connects the south gate in a horseshoe shape all the way around the community and exits in back of me through the north gate. It's the one street that completely goes through the community. I'm making a left onto Buttercup, and I'm going to make a right coming up shortly here to a single loaded street, which means there's homes only on one side, but we are now in the community of the Knolls. In this community, as we drive down this street, I don't see one home that has stone. I don't see any homes that have brick. So the architecture definitely is different. All of them are stucco, tile roofs, of course. So in this community of the Knolls, the homes range in size from about 2,000 square feet, being the smallest in the community, to about a little over 2,800 square feet. They are 3, 4, and 5 bedroom floor plans. So this community does have smaller homes that are 3 bedroom. I would consider this maybe the entry level, although they do go up in price to $2 million, but they start around 1.5 or 1.4. There are 2 and 3 car garage options in this community. It's the only community with the 3 bedroom and the 2 garage option. Everything else in the community is all 3 car garage and 4 and 5 bedroom floor plans. So this would be, I guess, considered the entry level, but price is still starting about 1.5, 1.4 million. There are 214 homes in this community known as the Knolls. In Crestview, where we just drove through, there's about 245 homes. And in Glen Cove, there are 217. So a couple hundred homes in each of these communities. It's a total of about 800 homes, a little over 800 homes in the total community of San Joaquin Hills. All right, we're coming back out to that one horseshoe street that connects the 2 gates that goes through the entire community. Laguna Niguel, gonna make a left. We're heading back towards the south gate, and we're gonna turn onto a street here that'll take us into the community of Somerset. So in this community of Somerset, these are the largest and most expensive floor plans. The architecture, as I said, a lot of brick, a lot of stonework. The cosmetics and the appearance of the front of these homes are very, very different from the other subdivisions we were in. So as far as price, these start where the others end. The others top out, both Glen Cove, the Knolls, and Crestview. They typically end around the $2 million price range. These will start in the low 2 millions and go up in price to almost $3 million. Square footages range from about 3,000 square feet to about 3,800 square feet. All of the homes have 3-car garages. Some may appear to have a 2-car garage, but they are with 2 options. Either a 3-car garage where it's a tandem depth. In other words, you can stack 2 cars in one of the bays. And the other option would be to dedicate that to interior square footage, whereby you just have a 2-car garage because it looks like a 2-car garage from the exterior, and they're both single depth. And the other option of that 3rd-car garage was used for additional square footage, and it's seamless. When you're inside the home, you don't know what you're going into, as could be the 3rd-car garage. It just seems like it's part of the floor plan. Very well done in these homes. The other thing that's unique about this particular subdivision is that there are some detached garages. There's going to be a 2-car and then a detached 3rd-car garage. Now, some of the residents have chosen to use that space not as a garage, but as a playroom or an office, home office. Sometimes from the front, like this home on the left we just passed, I think we're going to come up upon another one. They'll put French doors, replacing the garage doors with French doors and using it as, interior room, not a garage. So you have that option of maybe not having a 3-car garage in these homes and changing that optional 3rd-car garage if it's detached. So I'm gonna face this home here on the right, and you can see those French doors just beyond that pot. That is an option. They chose to put French doors instead of a garage door. That could have been a 3rd-car garage, but they chose to use it as interior square footage. So I mentioned that there are 4, or technically 5, subdivisions within this gated community of San Joaquin. I'm going to make a left on Jessica, and the reason I point this out, and look, I've been doing this 28 years. I know a lot about real estate in this city and contiguous cities to Laguna Niguel, the surrounding area. I don't know the reason, but this one street actually has a different subdivision name. It's called Somerset Ridge, differentiated from Somerset. I do not believe there's any architectural difference. I do not believe there's any options of floor plans that don't exist in Somerset. But this one street is known as Somerset Ridge. My belief is it's the highest point in the community, deemed to be the most exclusive street in the community, but basically the same homes that are in Somerset. So you can see that home straight ahead does have a 3-car garage, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. So that covers all 5 or 4, if you look at it, all 4 or 5 subdivisions within the community of San Joaquin Hills, a 24-hour guard-gated community that has a lot of options for people looking for a home in the city. So to the left, just a couple hundred yards down the street, is the north gate, which we could exit, but I'm going to drive back down this street, Laguna Niguel, towards the south gate, which is where we came in, because we did pass the other pool area, and I want to show that to you. So as we approach this corner on Laguna Niguel, you're going to see the 3rd community area. It is gated as well. It's a park without a pool. There's a picnic area, there's a basketball court, play equipment for the kids, but no pool in this gated area. The other pool, the second pool, is closer to the first gate where we came in. I'm going to drive you by that and actually show you that in a video. close-up of the pool area. But we just drove by the community park, and as we approach this corner, coming up in about 1/8 of a mile here on the left-hand side, this is the other pool area closest to the south gate. You'll see the blue umbrellas in front of us. If you live in the community and you have young kids, you can have some comfort in knowing that your kids can go throughout the community but not enter the pool area unless they have a key or a key fob. They are gated, they are locked. I cannot go in there, and children without a key fob can't go in there either unless they have friends that let them in or parents that bring them in, but there's a certain level of safety with that. So that concludes the driving tour of San Joaquin Hills. We're going back out the south gate, the gate that we came in. Both gates enter and exit onto Moulton, which is a major street through the city of Laguna Niguel. So this concludes our tour of San Joaquin Hills, a 24-hour guard-gated community with 5 subdivisions ranging from about 1.5 million to about 3.2 million, homes ranging in size from about 2,000 square feet to the largest at 3,800 square feet, 3, 4, and 5 bedroom floor plans. So a community that offers many options for many people looking to live in a gated community in Laguna Niguel. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. It does help my channel. If I can help you with your real estate needs, please reach out. My information's on the screen. I welcome a call from you. Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.